All right, and welcome back to Weather Authority Live. So, Alex, we were talking about this.
Yeah, so we were talking about how earlier this morning I did the hottest Christmas,
Hmm.
and I was saying how I went swimming when I was living in Arkansas because it was still obviously hot there. It was
Yes.
75, similar. It was 76 for a high here, and you mentioned it was one of your first times on Good Morning America, right?
Yes, which was like very, I remember this because they were trying to get a hold of me, my boss at the time, to come back. We were in Mexico at our place we're going to this time. And my husband's like, why is she calling us on Facebook Messenger? And he's like, she wants me to do, oh my gosh, she wants me to do Good Morning America. So we had to fly back Christmas Day and literally so I could do it.
That's definitely an opportunity worth flying back.
No,
for,
that's
so
that's worth
awesome.
cutting it a day
Yeah,
short for sure.
yeah.
And it was warm that day. I just remember it because I mean I had a pea coat on for it my first time I ever did it, just because I wanted to like wear a nice coat, but like I really didn't need the pea coat because it was warm.
Yeah.
Now this one you wouldn't need the pea coat. You would need like gloves, hats, and scarves, right? For
Yeah,
this trivia
and I'll
question.
give you a hint. You weren't working here when this one happened.
Oh, I
It
don't.
was a little longer ago,
Okay,
but I mean, maybe
tell me some answers.
Yeah, so I go on Facebook real quick. I should have kept it up. I've been bad. We were chatting about
We're
other
always
stuff. I was looking at
talking.
my camera roll and stuff. But we had quite a bit of guesses with this one. Here we go. Found it. People are guessing. Betty says A. Judy says A. Tracy says B.
Okay.
Rusty guessed A. Ed said B. Sandra said C. And Darla guessed A. So I'd say mostly A's, but a lot of B's as well.
So was it A?
You hit the spit. Hit
Wow, it
play.
was
Yeah,
A.
hey.
What year?
It was 1986, I'm pretty sure. Let's see. It was 1983, actually.
Oh, it was the year before I
19
was born. So
19
okay,
yeah,
that's why I don't
before
know.
your time. Yeah.
It was before my time period.
Yeah. 1983, -5, coldest temperature ever recorded on Christmas. So pretty big span between -5 and 76. You know,
Yes.
over 80 degrees for a single day. That's impressive.
You know, we were talking about that on the show tonight. You know who Twisted Sister is, right?
It sounds like a band my mom really liked. I don't know. Do they have a song that says Twisted
We're
Sister in it?
not gonna take
Okay, yeah, I know
it.
that. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, okay. So yeah, that they came to one. Dee Snider like went Zoom to a high school here locally, which is super cool.
That's cool.
Okay, now you were talking about Christmas. Let's talk about this. I don't want to get you sidetracked.
Yeah, so Christmas is the 8th day out, so just off the 7th day. So I figured now would be a good time to show you kind of what the data we're looking at, kind of leaning towards. What's the temperature going to be like? Could there be a big storm? Well, we've been showing this quite a bit. The
Yes.
temperature outlook for December 23rd to the 27th, that of course includes Christmas Eve and Christmas and the day after. And we're in that really dark orange, not quite as dark as Arkansas and Texas, but that basically means from the Climate Prediction Center, our chances of seeing above average temperatures are basically 100%. It's going to be
Correct.
above average. But what does that mean? Because our average high is 50, 51,
Right, yeah.
50. Above average could be 55, but that's not warm. But we
Okay,
can look
here we
at some of the
go.
data. This is the European model. The American model, I'm not going to show it here. It's actually a little bit warmer. So this is conservative estimates
Oh,
of
conservative.
how
Okay.
how warm we could get. This is Tuesday. You can see that that light green color is 60s. On Wednesday, everyone should be in the 60s. And then by Christmas Day, here's
Oh,
the
look at
25th,
that yellow,
the
though, not that far
70s
away.
the 70s are getting close. And so maybe some places in southern parts of Middle Tennessee could get close to 70. If you're traveling south, you probably will enjoy 70s on Christmas, but I don't think it'll be warm enough to break the 76-degree record, but we could get close. And as we get closer, of course, the data will get better. And
That
who
is
knows?
that is warm. Like, I mean, I could see people like on Christmas Day in shorts and t-shirts here because that's warm weather.
Yeah. But the warmth doesn't matter if it's raining. So we can look at
Wait,
the future
wait.
tracker.
Okay, show.
And I
let's
do
see
want to
this.
preface this with the future tracker, 7, 8 days in the future.
Very future-y.
Isn't as accurate as the temperature. Temperatures are usually a little better. But you can see as we head into Tuesday, that looks kind of like a warm front, which typically doesn't have a ton of heavy rain with it. And then that moves up Wednesday. So really, you can't promise it's going to be
Oh.
dry.
Christmas
but also,
Eve could be a little wet.
and
Yeah.
also, it doesn't look like a huge storm at this point. The pattern really, I guess, has the heaviest rain missing to our north. But
Yep.
like I said, you really take this with a grain of salt because it's not as consistent as with temperatures. But I don't see any huge storm, definitely no snow, and of course, above average.